Hi, everyone, and welcome. I've gotten a little bit further into working with the call of the Morrigan, and I thought I'd share some of the things that I've sort of been working on. Okay, so if you've got the call of the Morrigan Oracle, you'll know that inside are 45 spells to working with each of the cards. And these spells really help us manifest and master our strength to move ourselves forward in whatever avenue that we're working on. So I'm going to show you just a couple things here. Now, in my sort of random draw, the first time I worked with the deck, I ended up with the Lady of Sovereignty. And this one here really, like most of the cards, I've broken it down into one word that for me attunes the card to whatever spells I would be working on. And this one happened to be about finding confidence. And I thought, well, I really don't work with one card. I work with three at a time if I'm doing a spell. So, what other cards in the deck could I bring forward to work with my lady? So, I came up with card number 15. And this one is all about focus. So, gaining confidence to do something that I'm focusing on, a new avenue, it seemed appropriate to use the Spear of Lu. And then I also wanted to bring in card number 8 because when we're bringing something new in, sometimes it's releasing. Well, if you're gaining confidence, you're releasing that sense of negativity or almost lack of stability as you're moving forward. And I didn't want to have anything burdensome in that manner. So I thought releasing with Fea would be wonderful. I did at once have them on the table this way, and I really felt that I liked the two ladies together holding the power around this card number 15 for focus. And I liked in the book as well that they provide you with words, things you can bring to the altar, herbs, crystals, whatever. And using our imagination to take the spells a little bit further. So when I put this one together, I'll be using that ladder that I like to work on, the one that brings the power forward. And that is maybe going to end up in different manners. It depends how my energy is working that day on what I wish to manifest. But I still think this is the way I want to see the cards. But I'll be working them in that ladder, I was trying to say, where you're really building the energy up. Those 3 steps towards working the spell and manifesting it. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was, this is just one. It's unbelievable how much information is in this book. And being of Celtic background, it's wonderful to have something original to me like this. I would say that right now this is the most powerful spell book that I have and workable spell book that I have on my shelf at this time. But I thought, let's pause and I'll show you some possibilities working from the words that are given in here as keywords for each of the spells. So let's move forward. Okay, so when I went through the 5 separate sections that the deck is divided into, I wasn't so much concentrating on that as the keyword for the spell. And I didn't vary too much from what was indicated. So let's just go through and enjoy them. So this is Bive, and she's all about clarity, making those wise choices. And I thought, I could combine her with this card, number 10, and that one would also bring in that parting of the veil, that clarity that we sometimes need. And, pulling across the curtain, maybe the veil, where the illusions are and we can't find our way forward. So that's what it's all about for me, is just pairing the cards together and then maybe adding in a third, because 3 to me is growth and moving forward. So that is 5. And then we have Maka for courage. Anu. Now, Anu was about abundance, but I thought, I could combine her with card number 26 if I wanted to increase wealth, because number 26 is the cow, and that would be kind of fun. For 4, we have the washer at the ford, and that is about release. And there's other cards in the deck all about release. And I did show you one at the first there. So that is such a powerful card, and to have it framed on either side by another one, that would really allow you to focus on what you're trying to manifest and what you're trying to release. So once we release, we have more room for bringing in what we really want in our lives. So that is a great card to use. Number 5, Nevin, strength. Well, there's a whole slew of cards in here that we could tap into to pair or to position on either side for strength. And there is our shapeshifter, transformation. Yes, you could use just one card. It's just me that favors using 3. So 7, the sorceress, manifesting. Wow. There is the Fea that I will be using for release, along with Our Lady of Sovereignty. So that shows us the faces of the Morrigan, the first 9. So this fella starts us off into the next section of the suits, the Otherworld guides. And as I said, he's for parting the veil and seeing past illusions. And then we have Manan McClear. Now this one, it says, is going to aid us in connecting with our ancestors. Lafal for nourishing others, but I might use this card actually in bringing nourishment into my own self, my soul. And then 13 is Nuada, and she's about truth. That is not a she, that is a he. Okay, 14, Dagda, and that one is generosity. Our spear of Lu for focus, and you can really see the intensity of that focus in the card. 16. Now this one is interesting because it talks about stubbornness. So if I hang on for a second there, with 16 being stubbornness, maybe we could bring in Thea for release. That could be kind of fun. All right, we'll go on. 17, creativity. Well, I think a lot of us would like to tap into that card. I haven't picked another one to go with it just yet, but 18, Maka for cleansing the heart. And I think that this would be something, after a turbulent relationship, something that has broken your heart, even, what you've been trying to work towards, and you've been hitting it like a block. There's just something in the way. To release it and just let things flow, this might be a really great card. And that is that for that section. And we'll go on to these. And this is the spirits of the land. So we start with 19. And this one is connecting to the all. And then we have 20 for rejuvenation. They might be nice, those two cards that we just had there going together. 21, the path forward. That's where you can really bring in those strong cards for focus and manifesting on either side of that. 22. This is another release one. So this is letting go. 23. This one talks about using it to hear our guides. And we did have another one. Hang on a second. Yeah, so if 23 is hear your guides, then I'm thinking you might want to pair that with Mon Non Maclear, because that allows us to also connect with our ancestors. So if you prefer to look at your ancestors as your guides, you might want to work with these two cards together. That could be kind of neat. 24 is the Raven. That's for receiving omens. And 25 is the protection from the eel. And I think there was other cards that could go quite nicely with that one. And then we went on to 26, the cow wealth. Well, I think we had some cards for abundance. We did. So if we're working on abundance, we might want to pair it with Anu. Because number 3 was definitely abundance. So that one goes with that. Now 27 is the wolf, and that is adaptability and acceptance. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the outer worlds. Now, we're starting with number 36, shield, and that is where I would pair it with 25, the eel. Yeah, if you're working on protection, you might want to bring in the extra protection from the eel. Okay, 35 is luck, and that would pair nicely with number 3. So coloring wise, number 3 goes quite well with 35. Now 34 talks about fate. There's some things that we just have to accept. I'm sure you could find some other cards to go with that. These ones are going backwards. 33, feast. So that is to celebrate our accomplishments. 32, balance, bringing peace. 31, victory. Now that pairs nicely with number 9. Yeah, I might be pairing the lady again with 31 for victory. Okay, and then we'll go on to the last one. Now this one, this most gorgeous card here, joining. Now that talks about passion and relationships. So I might pair it with my number 19 card, which is connecting to the all. And then I might even join it with number 28, the tribe, all about connecting. So it doesn't have to be the sexual connection, but it can be the passion of connecting. That could be quite nice together. Then we have 38. Now this one is really a spell for strength and support. So you could bring in that Lady of Sovereignty again, but you could also bring in the Manon McClare for the ancestors. I thought that might be kind of neat because you can get your strength and support from your ancestors as well as your guides. 39 for forgiveness and healing. 40 for removing misfortunes. 41, justice. Now I had a good pairing for that one. Yeah, with justice, 41, I thought it'd be nice to bring in some peace and some balance with 32. Then you have the Death card. There's a card in the deck for cord cutting, which might be, well, this is it, but then pair it with like release. That might be good. Or new beginnings. This is our Oath card for revealing a broken promise. Offerings is a lovely card, and it might be paired nicely with gratitude. And we'll finish off with 45, the cycles. Now this can be about regrets, and I was going to pair it with 32 and 8. Okay, so there's 2 cards. Peace and release, I thought might go nicely with card number 45. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what I've been working on. Ooh, and it's a big time. It's just been so much work, but yet enjoyable. And if you've been working with a deck that is full of spells, what one is it? How's it going for you? What do you usually bring to the altar? And do you do it as 1 card, 2, 3? Let me know. Have a fabulous day.